Kia ora, everybody. I'm here with Alain Sotour. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm the International Secretary of the Transport Federation of CGT, the General Confederation of Labour.
Yes. So transport, really important,
yeah.
obviously, for just transitions.
And it's fundamental, I mean, for just transitions, because it's important. For example, the urban public transport have a role to play in the transition, because it could be very efficient to reduce the GHG, the greenhouse gas. But for the truckers, it's another thing to do, because we need that there's less trucks on the roads and more railway, and because railway is more efficient in the path of the climate change, and so we have to deal with that, with the workers, with the truckers that could lose their jobs. So that's why, particularly in transport, we absolutely need a just transition, and we need to create a lot of decent jobs.
Yes.
Because I think that we could have a transition, but an unfair and unjust transition.
Right. Yes. And is progress being made in France yet, or is this really just the beginning?
I think that by now it's just the beginning, obviously. For example, about the climate change in urban transport, we are speaking of having electric buses, but nothing about what have to be the quality of the jobs. And from a worker's point of view, it's business as usual.
Right.
And we have some problem about productivity in the companies, for example.
Right. And so we're at a stage in the COP now where the draft Paris outcome has come out, and people are not happy generally.
We can't be perfectly happy, because what we want is the very trade union issue is the just transition, the decent work. And the just transition and decent work is only on the preamble of the agreement. What it means, it's not compulsory. And what we want is to see that the just transition, decent work, this very trade union issue in the core of the text, where it will be compulsory. And by now, it's not the case, and we don't expect that before tomorrow night it will be the case. So, in a certain way, it's some kind of failure, not a total failure, because it's in a preamble. We could say it's in a preamble, you have to do that. And I think in the developing countries it will be more easier. It will be easier than in the developed countries. It will be easier than in developing countries. But for our brothers from the developing countries, it will be harder for them to say we need a just transition. We need decent work.
Yeah.
And we from this point of view, we need international solidarity to help them to obtain that.
Yes, and so international solidarity. Maybe the COP process being a bit disappointing now, for the moment anyway.
Yes, for the moment it's not sufficient.
No.
And even from the financing of the transition is not sufficient at all. And even the people the governments are engaged on goals over 2 degrees, obviously by now, and we know that it's not possible to be over 2 degrees.
Right, so it's not only is it not a just transition, it's not even a transition.
No.
Yeah.
There's always a threat on humanity by now.
So, I heard you talking yesterday about going back to your comrades and having to explain what's happened here.
Yes, because next week I will go back to my garage, and I will see my comrades, my colleagues, and for sure they will ask me, what have you done in the COP21? You will be out for 1 week. What have you done? And I have some difficulties to explain to them that there's this thing in the preamble, but it will be probably not be a great agreement from the working class point of view.
Right, yeah, understandable, yeah.
So I have to explain to them that we need to put some more pressure thereafter.
So how do you expect that to happen? Where do you see progress happening, and how do you see it happening?
I think that at the national level we could put some pressure, and even at the company level we could put some pressure, because electric buses is not the only thing. We need also decent working conditions and so on. And we will do our trade unionist job as ever.
Good. So back to
even in the path of the transition, in the transition, the transition or about the climate change, we need to do our work as trade unionists as ever.
Yes, right. So
what is important for us is the interest of our members.
Yeah. So the usual hard work that we do all the time with unions anyway. Good. Well, you're welcome to come to New Zealand. I'll put you in touch with the bus drivers over there and the train drivers.
Yeah.
Okay. I will come if I can.
It's lovely to meet you.